to Serpent Temple. I am here with Hierophant. Please introduce yourselves
Hello.
to the viewers and listeners.
Hi there.
Hey guys, thanks for having us.
Can you introduce us?
Oh. They did not introduce themselves. They were just they're grumpy. So this is Fabio from Hierophant.
This is Lorenzo from Hierophant. I sing and play guitar.
Thank you.
I'm Jama, I play bass.
Thank you so much for joining us today, guys. We're going to do a really quick Psycard reading with you before we melt. I'll do one card for each of you, and we can turn them over one by one, and we'll explore what they mean to you as artists. Do you want to go first? Turn over your cards.
I'll get that bullet.
You want to go first?
Whoa, the beast.
The beast! Oh,
Yeah.
very metal. I'm going to read the beast to you. If I'm quiet, just tell me to yell. So, a dragon bars the path, fearful and malevolent. The characteristics of the dragon represent the challenge of facing up to evil. It stands for confrontation with the powerful dark forces of our unconscious mind, also for the bad temper and spiteful side of our natures, or that of others.
It's actually...
Your music. Yeah, absolutely.
It's quite relatable. I won't go too deep into personal shit, but it's quite relatable, actually. And I like... The thing I'm most comfortable about this kind of description probably is the fact that, when we play live, I think we all kind of unleash that kind of force. And, we're all pretty much easygoing people, really easygoing people, but most of the time when we play smaller venues and stuff, you notice the difference. People look at you in a different way after you've played, That's you switch off a certain part of yourself and unleash that beast when you play that kind of music, because it's necessary. It's our outlet for this kind of energy, and I feel comfortable in it. I'm okay with that. I know the dark parts of being a human, all the things you have inside yourself, and I think death metal is what helps us. It conveys all our inner beast when you're on stage. I like to get too corny about that because we're punks, but that's what we do.
You got a beats in your pants.
You're a beast in the gym.
No. Just do my best.
We know your PRs. We know your
Just do
PRs.
my best.
It's interesting. I was looking at your song titles. A lot of what you sing about, you write about, is very much to do with evil. And I think that translates really well in your stage show. You were saying how you make all of your stage gear. It's really interesting, really beautiful. I love all the symbolism you were using. I'm really interested to learn more about that and how that ties in with your work.
Thank you.
Thanks. What first?
Whatever
Whatever you want. Yeah, actually, I wrote the lyrics, so I just might speak on that. Before someone asked us if that Siege was a concept album, because he felt like there was some kind of concept, having all things glued together. But as a matter of fact, it's not a concept album, but we wrote every song in the same time, and with an approach that led us to having this sort of evil throughout the lyrics. We wrote everything during the pandemic, so we were not fond of being optimistic before, and during pandemic things just didn't go better, of course, because of especially in Italy things were awful. Yeah, we were basically jailed for 2 years. We were home jailed for 2 years straight, basically. So this, of course, added a lot of weight on us and on how we saw the world and the things we were living in. So I guess that this just reflected on the lyrics and on everything I wrote down. Reading the lyrics today, sometimes I feel like they're I won't say too much, but they are something But when you're living a traumatic experience in your life, you kind of dissociate for the moment you're living in. So I guess it was just a way of throwing out bad things. Yeah, kind of. So yeah, thanks for that. We appreciate that other people are enjoying that. And about the stage, yeah, our stage actually is a work in progress. It's by no means perfect, but throughout the years we kept on adding things. We are adamant about having all the visual aspects reflecting 100% what we do on studio, on the stage, the lyrics, everything, the artwork, whatever, even the merchandise. I mean, we don't have people apart from this one that is done by Warhead, which is a Ukrainian guy, super talented. He did things for Diocletian and 100 bands. Apart from this T-shirt, this design, we did design ourselves. We opened Photoshop. He opens Photoshop and sent me the design, and we fight each other until we have something that is looking good. So we have a kind of a DIY approach on pretty much everything we do. Like the stage screens, we painted ourselves. The crosses, I don't know in English. Yeah, it's.
Yeah, I did them with my father.
Yeah.
Because he's like a genius doing that kind of stuff.
And crafts in general.
Yeah, and so I imagined those crosses. Like, I wanna crosses on stage, blah blah blah. And I went to him, like, can you help me? He was like, sure. How we can do it, blah blah blah. And yeah.
And that's how we did it. Yeah.
Union.
Oh, this is
Oh.
Spoiler alert! Oh shit! You're in for a treat. That was some kind of like a spiritual force, right? Well, you got Union. A cup stands at the confluence of two streams. This card stands for a coming together, a wedding, or an alliance. The cup is a symbol of celebration and relationships. It is a strong card with a promise of joy and prospect of a great river deriving from the union. It can also stand for the merging of up to two now separate parts of the personality.
Wow. I would say this is the union I have with my band, with our music, and this is what we love since the beginning, like more than 10 years ago. So I really believe in friendship and in being a good team, and this word represents this perfectly. Plus, this word reminds me to my son, you know, there's a huge union because it's like part of me. And that's it.
He's continuing the flow of who you are. Yeah.
Actually, the funny part is, my fiance got pregnant during the writing process of that siege.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, congrats on.
It was time of creation. I had something to say.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
I love
Someone to say something.
Yeah, to be a father and doing this in the band. And also the meaning of Hierophant is something that brings people together.
Yep.
Right? It's a facilitation of the union.
Exactly.
So that's a very accurate card. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So Death Siege was a bit of a departure from the previous sounds. Obviously, with that album being released close to the tail end of the pandemic, has it been reassuring to see the positive response to the new direction and sounds of the recent shows?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Actually, we of course, we were not sure about how people would have reacted to that, because we took a way darker and more extreme path. And you know, when you leave what you know, it's you go in uncertainty and you don't know how things will work. But I gotta say, it was just the best thing to do. We are keeping leveling up like day by day. It's faster than we can even figure out. And the moment that we just said fuck it, we're just doing whatever we want. We wanna do more extreme. We wanna wear, I don't know, paint, blood, whatever, crosses, symbols. Fuck it. And the moment we took that path, things started. Things just clicked. And now we do the Hellfest, and we do the Metal Days, we do the Rockstar, we do the Partisan. Things just started happening. And it was not like that before. Even maybe the music war was not that extreme, but it doesn't matter. I just guess now we are 100% true to ourselves, and from the outside you can just see it. Maybe you can like it or not, but you can see it for what it is. And I guess this is the reason why things are really working. So yeah. You wanna add something?
No.
Okay.
That was it.
I was okay. Yeah.
Do you want to find out what your card is?
I didn't see it.
we saw it. I saw it. It's
Was bad?
Who knows?
Was not good.
You got the best card in the whole deck.
16.
16. So death is the natural end of life. The card symbolizes finality. The tomb brings reminders of resting places of the great heroes of mythology and carries an implication of the possibility of rebirth. It sounds you spoke somewhat of rebirth, with you like kind of finding what you guys wanted to do with the band, and I feel like making art is very much you're killing a part of yourself and you're like exhibiting it to the people who interact with your art, right? And whenever you make a new album, like you've got to fucking kill it to release it. You've got to stop working on it.
Death. That's art. I got the. Sorry. Can you please help me on that? Thanks. I got the toughest one. I can have a bad relationship with everything connected to death, because I don't think I never accepted that, and every time that happened to my life it was just a disaster. And I'm not that young, so I don't know if I will ever learn about that. But talking about the band, I mean our record is called Death Siege, so death of course is very centered in our thoughts, in our lyrics, in what we express on our themes. And writing lyrics during the pandemic, of course, was a big deal, because we were just living death on a daily basis. We just opened the laptop, the iPhone, the TV, and we were just heard about today 150 people died, today 1,000 whatever died, and it was getting worse and worse and worse day by day. So it felt kind of hopeless in the beginning, and it was just we in the lyrics we talk about sometimes things falling down into the void, and from the void there's no turning back. So yeah, in a way it's a part of life, but in the other, of course, it's just the worst part of life. So you gotta accept it, but it's not easy to coexist with that. So yeah, I got the toughest one.
You got the toughest one because you can handle it.
I guess.
Yeah, as some people believe that. I think you guys got some really interesting cards. Like you got the Beast, union and death. You've got two things that divide and one thing that unites.
Tell me the truth. You just
I don't.
all the cards
I
and you
shuffle
got
them.
the three.
Honestly, I shuffle them every time.
A continuous sequence of those three
yeah,
cards. So like,
One question I want to ask again in relation to the band and the artwork for the latest album, which was done by Abomination Hammer. Great artists. How did that kind of come about? And just absolutely amazing piece of art.
Yeah, it's awesome. Actually, Lorenzo knows about that. I didn't follow that part.
Oh, yeah, I did. It was, I mean, it was kind of smooth, but at the same time, very hard.
Tell the junkie joke.
Yeah. No, I don't want to talk about his stuff because that's his stuff. But what I felt, like emailing with him, and it's that he's a weird guy that lives a weird life. That's what I got, and but he's very talented. I mean, for having a high-res picture, because he takes picture of the drawings that he does, not scans. It was super hard. Like, it disappeared, and we were about the deadline, and was like emailing because it was the only thing I can do. It was like, hey man, deadline is like in 2 days, and not answering. Like, hey man, and it's, at a certain point, it came back with the IRS picture, but yeah, he's super talented, and I gave him like white paper, like do whatever. I sent him maybe some demos, just 2 songs, and like do whatever. I do love serpents, and that's it. And he did one proof, I guess. It was perfect. Yeah, I just asked to add maybe
a second head. I don't remember.
or maybe a moon or something, and it was perfect.
You know, the serpent is symbol of death. So everything.
Oh yeah. I saw it. I love it.
Serpent Temple.
We should have serpents on stage instead of in Shadow Skulls.
Alive.
Yeah, alive, of course.
Squeaking around.
One question. I think it's interesting you got Union because you're wearing so much Chaos shit. I know it's interesting you got the Union card because you're wearing so much Chaos.
Oh yeah.
And you guys have a Bolt Thrower cover, right, on one of your EPs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys are Bolt Thrower fans. That's sick. We love Bolt
Of course,
Thrower.
we are. Yeah.
100%.
I mean, maybe I was more in the past than I am now, but I'm still have, of course. I love them.
Yeah.
I love them, and it was kind of a dream make a cover from them, and we did on that EP. We just wrote
him. It was
we just wrote him. It was like, hey, can we do a cover? It was super nice, and it was like, yeah, just do it, and we did.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
It makes us happy to see. Like, we're big fans too.
We never played that song live though.
No.
No, I think actually that song doesn't fit that well on our new set.
It doesn't fit your set. It's true.
It's still death metal, blah blah, but doesn't fit.
Your set is super like cold and abrasive, whereas Bolt Thrower is like groovy and like it's a different vibe.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Maybe in the past would have fit better.
Yeah.
Today. Yeah.
It was a pleasure talking to you guys.
Thanks for having
Do you have
us.
anything to say?
Just one last question from me. Has Paul from Profanatica recovered from the throwing up incident?
questa cosa l'avete raccontata.
He's got even more red. That's so funny. Actually, I guess it was 2018. We played with we were on tour, on the European tour, and we played with Profanatica, the Netherlands Death Fest in Netherlands, and Into the Abyss Festival in Wrocław, Poland. And in Wrocław, Poland, we were just we played, and then they played after us, same stage. Our previous drummer, which was one of the founders of the band, and unfortunately is not in the band anymore for whatever reason. I mean, we are still super close, but it was just not feeling it was the right thing for him. He had other life plans, you know. Sometimes life gets in the way, and that's just the reality of it. But almost every show we did, he threw up while playing. Like, during the set. I don't know why.
It was like anxious or...
According to him, it was some sort of, anxiety / too much pressure. I don't know. But he did all the time. So for us, it was just like, like if you see someone, I don't know, spit on stage, some water.
It's normal to see him.
It's not nice to see, but, that happens. But that happened all the time. And Paul from Profanatica approached us after a show like, guys, something bad happened.
Yeah.
Your drummer threw up. And I was like, what?
Paul came to me. It was like, hey, man. It was super worried. It was like, hey, man, I'm really worried for your drummer. It was like, what happened? He was puking. It was like, oh, yeah, that's normal.
Whatever. Yeah.
Are you sure? Maybe he needs a doctor? It was like, no, don't worry.
They did all the time. It's cool.
He was super worried.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You could be so casual about throwing on this.
Exactly.
It was part of the set, I guess.
Stage antics,
How did you know that? He told you. Oh, okay, from Bardo Methodology. Yeah.
Okay.
The interview with Niklas, yeah. Actually, Bardo Methodology 8 is about to be released in days. Just so you know. Niklas told me yesterday. We are pretty close. Yeah. So yeah, I guess.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
Thanks so much, Beast, Union, Zeph. Thank you for coming on. It's been a pleasure. Thanks for watching.
Bye.